Good afternoon, dear students. Welcome to the subject Teaching and Learning Resources 2. My name is Mr. Lucas Kahare, and I think that we know each other from Teaching and Learning Resources 1. I thank you very much for passing your Teaching and Learning Resources 1. And it was your hard work, and I do appreciate that, and I hope that you will still do the same for Teaching and Learning Resources 2. So keep on doing good work, and your hard work will one day pay. So this subject for the following course, DPP, which means they are now third year, this subject for third year. And most of you are in a first semester, okay? Third year, first semester, which means DPP, third year, first semester, and DJP, third year, first semester, and DES, postgraduate diploma, in third year, first semester, and those who are doing Bachelor of Education, they are fourth year, second semester, and also be it honors, they are in your second year, first semester. Okay? So I hope you are all doing the same subject, Teaching and Learning Resources. So, welcome. Basically, this tutorial is based on assignment 2018. Just to give you, or to give, just to guide you how you should do your assignment, basically. So not simply content based. So, but yes, I will touch some few things based on what is this subject it all about, and how many units does it contain. So your assignment, probably you will receive your assignment. Some of you maybe have received it already, and your submission depends information sent to you. You make sure that you send your assignment according to a appropriate center near you, so that you should not miss the time located. Welcome to this model. So this model consists of 7 different units, and it will simply introduce you in addition to Teaching Learning Resources 1. So if you understand Teaching Learning Resources 1, so you won't have problem with Teaching Learning Resources 2. This is just simply an additional information from Teaching Learning Resources 1. Because in Teaching Learning Resources 1, you introduce, for example, to terminology, what is educational resources, okay, what is educational technology, and what's the advantage of using educational technologies, and you also touch on methods, teaching strategies like indirect, okay, and so on. So, but in this one, you are a bit, higher, which means it will focus more application now. You have to apply, okay? There you use, but here it will teach you on how you use resources, okay, in teaching. For example, how can you go and collect the information and use it into teaching, like maybe a newspaper, or maybe how can you use a flow chart, okay? So yes, we'll talk about what's those a flow chart into teaching, okay, diagrams, and so on. So in this subject, you will learn more things in addition to previous subject, Teaching Learning Resources 1. So the first unit, it will deal with general and creative resources and how to apply them to different subjects. Unit 3 and 4, you will learn technology in the classroom and school environments, and so on. Unit 4, you will find also, you will learn on how multimedia can be used in inclusive situation and assessment. Unit 5 and 6, you will learn more about managing schools or managing resources in schools. For example, how you can take care of resources like the equipments that are in the laboratory, in schools, everything. How should you manage it? So in this one, in Unit 5 and 6, you will focus on this one, and then Unit 7, you will learn more about how you can apply tutoring, peer tutoring, for example, in your class or in your school. And most of each unit has got objective and then learning outcomes, and from those you learn where you should focus. So let us talk about the instruction and information to the candidates. So all I need from you, I know that you did teaching learning resources 1. So please, for this assignment for teaching learning resources 2, it must be what? Typed. Assignment must be typed, not handwritten. Don't take A4 paper and with your pen and start writing. So that is not academically professional. So please use Microsoft Word, and you all know what's Microsoft Word. And you need to type the assignment. And also, please answer all the questions. Don't leave any question unanswered. Answer all the questions. So if you lose, if you leave one question or two unanswered, which means you lose marks and you won't get higher marks. And also your assignment must be neat, please, neat, clear, and tight, and should look academically for the markers to mark properly. What does your assignment should consist of? Should consist of a cover page provided by IOL, okay, as you did for the teaching learning resources 1. And also you should insert what? A table of content, introduction, assignment content, conclusion, and reference, which is bibliography. So these are the assignment format, okay? After you have typed your assignment, print it, okay, staple it, and attach a page cover, which is IOL cover, then submit it. But what I want to tell you is the format is very much important, okay? So as you use Microsoft Word, you have to insert table of content, okay? The table of content, there is already, for example, maybe number 1, so maybe CS introduction, 2, maybe there will be question 2, 3, question 3, and so on, so that I can see so that I can see in which page to find question 1, in which page to find question 2, okay? So it should be, you must insert table of content is very much important in Microsoft Word. So I want to see your assignment is well typed for 2018, so that I will not have problem with reading, okay? And also you must insert page number, okay? Page number in your assignment, not just you type and without page number, okay? It must be page 1, page 2, page 3, and so on, that into academic format. And also in your assignment you should have heading. Heading, I mean, for example, you can question 1, okay, bold, underline, okay? Then from there maybe you write, yes, in question 1.1 is maybe they are asking how can you use collected resources in teaching, something like, okay, that's question with marks. Maybe if that question is 10 marks of the question, then with the allocated marks, then you answer, okay, for each one. From there again you go to question 2, you bold it, underline, then 2.1, write that question with marks allocation, you answer, okay? So that is just advantage for you, so that the markers won't have a problem And if your structure of assignment is well laid out, so you get good marks for that. And also references, which means you must reference the information. You can't just answer the assignment and without putting, the source where you obtain the information. So I will have a question. So where did you get all this information? All just on your own, or have you used some materials? Please source. Okay, you must source all. Put all the reference there, like maybe the study guide, IOL study guide given to you, and also maybe the books where maybe you went to the library and collect some books to help you. You must also write them, or maybe from internet source also. You must put everything there. It's also all this counts for good marks, and is good for the academic standard. And also, let's also simply talk about plagiarism. Please, assignment means that individual, okay? This is individual work. We give you assignment for you to prepare yourself for the examination in May or April. It should be individual. So if you copy from somebody else and submit, which means you haven't learned anything, and in the examination you won't make it. Maybe you can have even 80%, but in the examination you are getting 40 or 30. Still you can't pass. Please try to do your own work. Don't copy, okay? We all know what is plagiarism is all about, and IOL is against plagiarism. So you can lose marks for it, or you can even end up into disciplinary hearing. Please make sure that you do your own work. Assessment procedure. You know that you did teaching learning resources 1. Teaching learning resource 1, you used to have, I think, 100 marks assignment and 100 marks for the examination. But this one, it consists of 120 marks, okay? 120 marks, because it's a bit higher. So as you know, that your semester mark consists of 50%, which means that's the assignment. You must at least get 60 out of 120, okay? Okay? You must get 60 out of 20 for you to get 50% for the admission of the examination. It's written, and then the final pass mark is 50%, and it is calculated as 60% of the examination and 40% of the semester mark, which is the assignment. So students, keep notes that you do your assignment on time and submit it for the marking for you to attend examination. So now let's see what is expected from you after studying this subject. Okay? Teaching learning resources 2. After you have written your assignment and you have maybe written your examination and you pass, maybe you have 60%. So you should know something. And what I expect from you is this. You should be able to analyze the general and creative resources suitable for different learning areas, okay? You should apply it, okay? And you should also be able to evaluate and apply the use of computers in primary setting. And you should be able to discuss and demonstrate the use of further education technology in upper primary setting. And you should be able to discuss the role of educational resources for inclusive education and assessment. And you should be able also to evaluate management of media in class and school context, and you are able to discuss the importance of function of information resources center in schools. And you are able to discuss the use of peer tutoring in in schools. So let us look at first what is Unit 1. You will find analyze general and creative resources suitable for different learning area subjects. So this is in Unit 1. In Unit 1, it will teach you basically on how you can use resources. For example, these subjects about using technology, different resources to help you present the information to learners and also help learners understand the subject better. So you will be able now, for example, maybe if you are teaching English, you are teaching mathematics, you are teaching social studies, you are teaching natural science, and so on. There are different resources suitable for those subjects, okay? For example, maybe in English, you can collect newspapers, okay? Maybe you can give children to read, okay? And also for mathematics, you can find maybe some of the graph maybe in the newspaper for them to read the graph. Example, maybe the rainfall in Katima or the rainfall in Oshakati, and they're able to draw the graphs. So you see, you are using those resources applied into your class. That is what does it mean here. And also you are able to use a flow chart. A flow chart is probably, you use those placards, those one for you to draw. Maybe you want to represent, maybe to teach learners how transpiration works, okay? So you will able to draw, okay, the beginning, the start of the presentation, the process, and so on. That's called a flow chart. And this is basically for those who are doing Bachelor of Education honors. Yes, it's there. Yes, the placard is there. That content is there. So that is basically Unit 1 all about, just using using resources and apply it in your classroom. And Unit 2, you'll just know what is computer all about, okay? You are able to teach a learner what is a computer, and the components of a computer, and how to use a computer, okay, in this Unit 2. Because we are talking about teaching and learning resources, using technology in teaching. So how will you use computer now into teaching? So first you have to let learners understand what is a computer, and you have to let learners to understand different parts of a computer, okay? Input devices, output devices, types of computers, some softwares, and so on. You have to show them that this is a mouse, this is a keyboard, this is a scanner, okay, this is the monitor, and so on. And you will learn in this way. And also, you will learn why it's important to use computer assistant instruction, the advantage of using computer assistant instruction, CAI. Okay? You will also learn it into this one. The more you read the study guide, the more you understand. In Unit 3, you will be able to discuss and demonstrate the use of further educational technology in upper primary setting. In this unit, you will be able now to use some technology to help you teach the subject. Yes, some software and so on. You will be able to use them, to learn in this chapter. For example, how can you use some software like Microsoft Word, okay, Microsoft Excel, and so on. They are there. Discuss the role of educational resources in inclusive education and also assessment. you will learn on those. And evaluate the management of media in the class and school context. Here, simply how you will be able to manage the resources in school. Maybe you are a lab manager at your school, so what rules should you set up, okay, to make sure that resources are manageable or resources are taken care of, and what is the advantage of it, okay, for setting technology media. So it's there also. And you're able also to discuss the importance and function of Information Resources Center in school. You will learn all about what is Information Resources Center. It's all what's it. You will know what's Resources Center. You know, each school will now have a library or any center, for example, where their learners can get information, like maybe teaching TRC, okay? Teachers Resources Center is also part of Information Resources Center. So you learn what is the function of those Information Resources Center and the importance of it. You also learn in this unit. And Unit 7, you will be able to use and apply peer tutoring in schools. For example, this is one of the area of teaching strategy. You will not be able just to teach you as a teacher, but you will be able to recognize some gifted learners who will be able also to help others, okay, to understand the subject material. Or you know that at school there are some older learners and some are young, so those elder learners are how they are able to help the young ones socially, okay, and all those you will learn them as a teacher in this Unit 7. So that is all about learning outcomes that you're supposed to know after you have completed this subject. And those units, those learning outcome is very much important, because this subject is teaching you not only to become a good teacher, but for you to understand, because in this subject, everything you will be doing at school throughout your career in teaching is using resources and technology. Nowadays, teachers are not just using chalkboard there with chalk and writing, but they have to understand how he or she use computer. So you have, which means in this subject, it will keep you as a long run term, in your career, to understand technology, okay? And this technology, it will help you to facilitate and teach your learners and make the class and the lesson so interesting, so excited. You will be able to download videos on internet, okay, and then play them so that learners are able to see what they are learning. Everything you will do, you have to demonstrate, okay? You know, in teaching learning resources 1, you learned about VAK, okay? Learning theory, okay? Some kids are able to learn when they see things happening, okay? Some kids are able to learn faster when they hear some voices. Some kids are able to learn better when they touch things, all those. So in the teaching learning resources is very much, so it will keep you to be updated with technology. Whatever happens, whatever change in the education system, you will be able to adapt in the system using teaching and learning resources, skills and knowledge. This is just an example. Yes, like propose, maybe the question come, propose what learning outcomes can you achieve after using this technology, like digital video clip, virtual field trip, YouTube. So these are what we are talking about, technology, like video, virtual field trip. Okay, those are, you know, maybe you took some learners out there, maybe to see at some places for them to be away from the classroom, not just sitting in the classroom, but they have to go there and learn. Maybe you teach them, or maybe weather focused or weather station. I mean, maybe like social study, geography. So maybe you take them to the weather station, you know, and they will see how those windmill, all those things works, those technologies, which means now you will able to take some videos and everything, and later on you come and play them in the class. So that is interesting. Learners are able to learn. Maybe you are teaching social study, maybe history. You are teaching maybe about colonialism or what happened, okay, based on the topic, based on the history. So okay, you are able to go to internet and type whatever that topic, maybe how Nelson Mandela when he was in jail. Yes, some of the things are on the internet, okay, and play it as a YouTube, and learners, they are able to see who is Nelson Mandela, and he's able to how he's speaking, and all those things they are able to see. So that will make learners understand, and the information will be in their memory. Okay? And also I'll touch on verbs. These are keywords which are associated in the question, like in that example, the question like propose. So here you have to pay attention. What does it mean to analyze? What does it mean if the question is saying compare? What does it mean if the question says contrast, define, describe, discuss, and so on? So it's very much important that you differentiate those verbs. So if it's define, yes, you don't need to write the whole, full page just to define. So it's different from discuss, okay? Define, which means give just a brief description about something, okay? And also giving a maybe simple example. When it comes like discuss, get into more detail, okay? Give clear description about something you are being asked, and even argue and give pictures and prove with positive features. So that's about to discuss. It's different from define. So those are the few tips for the verbs. So please pay attention to the verbs being asked in the question. Either it is to define, it is to describe, it is to compare. Okay? So if the question is, yes, compare the teaching technology, maybe yes, compare the teaching when we are using YouTube or when we are using field trip video, what are the difference and how are the learners are going to react? So which means you have to compare, okay, not to define. Okay, pay attention to what's being asked. So those are just few tips, and as I said, this tutorial or this context class is about 2018 assignment. Please, students, I hope that some of you already received the assignment. If you receive it, do it now, okay? So that you can get good marks for you to enter the examination. And finally, if you have some queries, and I know that yes, some of you, we have been communicated already from Teaching Learning Resources 1, and you know what to expect from you. Yes, there's my email, and if the question which you don't understand, yes, you can ask. As you have been always asking, I'm there for you, and I'm able to explain and elaborate what is expected from you, instead of just answering question and from there you lose marks. Please, I want you to get good marks at the end of the day. Okay, please get good marks. So I thank you, students, and wish you all the best for your assignment 2018. Thank you.